слышишь ты, как на рассвете играют блики цветов в облаках, как наш Господь удивляет чудом создания нас.
It's been a great blessing for us to be here in Lithuania for Ukraine-Russia peace dialogue, where United Methodist from Russia and from Ukraine, we met together here for mutual discussion, for prayer together, and for building some strategies how we can be peacemakers. And one of the important aspects of our meeting was that the biblical principles and theological foundation is so important as we shape our thinking, as we shape our hearts, so that we can have a solid foundation for what we do and what we believe. Also, it's important for us to realize ourselves as peacemakers. Sometimes it's too overwhelming to think for an individual what I can do to make peace or to bring peace to the society, and many of us think that we do not have access to higher political leaders, but each of us can work for peacemaking through prayer, through building relationships with our neighbors. And I, for example, realized that I want to help one Ukrainian or one Russian person to be together and to reconcile together and to build those relationships. It's important if we help few people more and few people more every day, so that our nations, our societies can have mutual respect and listen to one another's stories and bless one another as Christ has called us to do. And also, it's important that while we are here, we broke bread together and shared one cup of communion. And every time we share meal, we realize that there's so much we can learn about another person. And so when I go back to Russia, I can tell many stories about my Ukrainian sisters and brothers who strive to build good society, who have dreams to prosper and develop their families, and they have the same dreams like we do. And so I hope that we can share those good news stories through our society in Russia, and I hope people in Ukraine can share some of their experiences in Ukraine, where more and more people will realize that we are all people of goodwill and we want to have a bright future for our families and for our friends and for our societies. And so it's important that in this age where the mass media spreads so many negative stories and news, that we build this positive picture of what really happens in our society. Of course, there are conflicts and there's tension, but there are also many wonderful things happen where people want to bless one another, want to work shoulder to shoulder with one another, to be in mission together among each other.
This afternoon we've come to the Hill of Crosses here in northern Lithuania. This is a holy site that is under the supervision of the Roman Catholic Church, but it is a place of pilgrimage for Christians from literally all around the world. Over the last 2 centuries, it's estimated that about 400,000 individual crosses have been placed at this hill. And people have come here to place crosses in memory of their loved ones, to pray for peace, to show their faith during times of repression and turmoil in their own countries. Today we have come as members of the Ukrainian-Russian peace dialogue to lay a cross as a symbol of our faith, as a sign of our faith, and as a sign of our intention to seek peace and reconciliation in the countries where we live and serve, Ukraine and Russia.
I want to say thank you, a big thank you for this meeting in Lithuania about our relationship between Ukrainian and Russian pastors. It was really powerful meeting for a lot of us because we can sit and talk face to face and sharing the things. Sometimes it's painful things, sharing the thoughts, and a lot of us like have a time to just review their point of view, review the things what I was thinking before about different countries, about this relationship, and it was a really good meeting for just refresh the peace between us, refresh our understanding of one another, and for us it's like bringing a complete peace, like complete understanding. We are the one church, we are the brothers and sisters, we're doing the same ministry, and no matter which borders, no matter which nationality and or race, we are the one church and we are the body of Jesus Christ.
The first thing that struck me, as it usually does, is getting to know people closer and better and becoming connected with them personally. And that is what makes us one, united and caring for each other. And I think the result of this dialogue, our call to action, will be the first step for myself to start changing my own attitude toward this problem and proclaiming it in a peaceful, reconciling and healing way.
This was a very meaningful time for me because having lived in Russia, having lived in Ukraine, also having lived in the Crimea, I kind of know a little about all the issues involved, and so it was so wonderful to see people putting aside their differences and coming together in the name of Jesus Christ to work together to make peace, and not try to avoid a lot of hard issues, but to meet them head on and to work with them. And especially meaningful was when we worked on the communique after studying, strengths and weaknesses and possibilities and threats to peacemaking. Then we were able to come together and do a communique, and seeing everybody work on it and wrestling with issues. This was really good, and I really am pleased with what has gone forth, and it was such an honor for us in the Lithuania United Methodist Church to be able to host this event, and I think this will be a very great thing and a really step forward, not only in personal sanctification but for the life of the church in both Russia